The Princess is a movie that I wasn't really interested in. I remember when it debuted on Disney Plus, because it's a Hulu movie, but it's no longer on there in Canada anyway. I found this one on Tubi, and I realized that this one has a Vietnamese director, so that automatically makes me have to watch the movie. Also, the cast isn't too bad. I mean, Joey King plays the princess. She wakes up shackled in the top of a tower. Her kingdom has been sacked by the villain, and I don't even remember his name. The movie is so weird and generic. It's very anachronistic, but basically this is no ordinary princess. She's a tomboy who's been trained by two Vietnamese badasses. There's Linh and her father, and they allowed her to be a veritable badass, and she's really good at sword fighting. So she escapes her shackles and kills two men, and then she decides to just fight her way down the tower. And her family's being held hostage because she was supposed to marry this sadistic man, and she didn't want to, so he decided to just take her by violence. So he's got her family in a dungeon or whatever, and she's fighting her way through, and she's fighting a series of big men. There's like a guy with a huge Minotaur helmet, and there's a big guy in armor, and she's been fighting all these guys. It's very video game-like, but the movie's full of cliches. There's like a scene where she's surrounded by like 20 people, and she's just fighting them all, and people seem to just lose sight of people even though you're in a room. And there's just what's really funny is that IMDb posts this movie as fantasy, even though there's no fantasy elements in the film. It's just a medieval Die Hard kind of film. But I guess the fantasy aspect comes from one person taking that much damage in medieval sword fighting, which, you know, medieval sword fighting is like Game of Thrones, where it's like heavy armor, big slamming down swords, shields, you know, you get gassed really quickly in armor. And this princess is just fighting no armor, getting like superficial cuts, even though she's slashing and killing other. I like the rated R aspect. It's like super violent. It's a very B-movie kind of thing. And then halfway during the movie, she teams up with her mentor, Linh. So then it becomes two against different people, but there still seems to be a bit of storytelling misgaff, I guess, because there's just like so many villains. So I mean, there's like crowds of them, so it's like impossible for two to fight a crowd, but they don't have like, she doesn't like free the other men that are on their side or something to fight the minions. So it's just those two versus all the minions in the castle or whatever, and it's really unrealistic. But honestly, it's a romp. You know, it's a simple movie. It's got Vietnamese people in it. I like them. Joey King's fine, but you know, I guess the movie just needed a better way to deal with the amount of men. Like, there's just too many minions running around, and they just cut to them all on the ground, and she's just fine. But overall, yeah, it's a movie about a woman fighting lots of guys and becoming the princess queen or something. I don't know. It's okay. I give it a 5 out of 10.